Hey guys, it's Danica back with another Project Life Process video. This time I am coming to you from the Studio 29 Designs blog. Um, when was it? May. I became part of their creative team for Take 10 kits. And so that's the kit that I'm using for, actually these are 3 pages that I'm doing for this week's post. So here I have, I already started our trip and I already had another video. So if you want to check out my YouTube channel, I will have a link to that for you on the post. Actually, you probably will get there if you are watching this video. It'll take you to YouTube. So anyway, the start of this mini album, or this mini vacation for us, it was a trip to IKEA and in Kansas City, and we went to Schlitterbahn and kind of made a mini vacation out of it. So I had that 2015 card from the July kit, and it said a year to remember. For us, 2015 is like a year to remember in a bad way because we had a flood in our basement and the whole reason for this trip. So, but we made good memories out of it, so that was all that counted. I kind of switched where I wanted to put things here, and I put those 2 together in a 4x6, and you kind of saw what I did. I just have pieces of scrap white cardstock that I cut into little about 2x3 strips, and then I just put those together so that the cards don't move around or the pictures don't move around in the pocket. So right now I'm just using some of the embellishments, and I do have some extras that I just kind of went through all of my stuff and pulled together anything that I could find that was vacation related, or like some of it was the L Studio food, those food ephemera and little bits and pieces. And so right here I have this pad of stickers from Tim Holtz. I love these stickers. I knew exactly what I wanted and I could not find it. It took me forever, and then I found this one, and then that was kind of an extra. I wasn't planning on using that one. I was looking for the one, I think, that says "This is what family looks like," as a picture of my husband and my daughter walking back after going on that super tall water slide. It's the tallest water slide in the world, and she got a little bit scared, and so he was holding her hand as they were walking back, and she was kind of upset, but it was so cute, so I had to include that in the book. But all the cards on this page are from the Take 10 July kit, which I believe are sold out. I think there are some bits and pieces left in the shop. But now we're gearing up for the August kits. So I used some of the stamps from the Pocket Kit and Glam Bag as well on these. I added that little acetate pineapple to that card, and then I had those label stickers. I picked those up. One of my local scrapbook stores is closing. So sad, but I was able to get some paper racks from her, which was kind of exciting, for a really good deal. And I got those label stickers and some other bits and pieces too, really, really cheap. So here I have, these are the little cut-aparts that come in the kits. Usually the Take 10 kits come with little cut-aparts, and I just used my circle punch to punch those out, and that one is for the date. I believe, if I'm looking at that one right. There was one that's, I think, like here, now, and date, I think is what those 3 said. So the card, that card is just, it's pretty nice all on its own. I just added a couple of things to it. I underlined the great people and memories made on that. So, and then I added the family flair. When I add my flair, I always add them to the outside. So here I'll do a little bit slower close-up for you. And moving on to the next page, I had 2 Design G inserts for this little trip. So now I have that card that said, "This is me." I probably should scrapbook about myself more, but I don't. And I had that little chipboard piece that said "Breathe," and that was from a Studio Calico kit. And I just thought it fit so well with the page and with the kit, so I went ahead and used that there. Those are the little rubber charms from Pinkfresh that came either with the glam bag or the pocket kit. I can't remember exactly. That Fun in the Sun tag was something I just had in my stash, and so is the arrow clip. And I used those, that picture where it was my husband and my 2 daughters going up the hill to the water slides, and you could just see these 3 yellow tubes like bouncing along, and I stayed back and sat on the little beach area and just relaxed while they did those water slides. So that was what I was journaling about there. There was the poolside frames came with one of the kits, and so I used one on one of the pictures there of my daughter riding the water slide. I think it says Splish Splash on it. And then that other one on that bottom left picture was, I just wasn't sure how on earth I was going to use that, and it ended up working perfectly for those pictures. Oh, there you see I put the adhesive on the wrong side of the little label sticker there, but got that figured out. So I'm just doing some journaling. If you haven't watched my videos before, I'm kind of random in my... I had that idea for that one card with the Breathe chipboard, and then I move on to something else, and then I move on to something else, and then I come back, and I'll go back to that card that says Breathe and add some stamping and some journaling and all kinds of things. But so see, and then I just realized I forgot to round my corners. I usually round my corners on all of my cards, not my photos, because I use the white border and it cuts it off and it looks kind of weird. So here's these are the 2 stamps that came with this month's kits. So I'm just adding some of those. I think I used Memories. I think the other one maybe was like Details, because I'm going to add some journaling about what we were doing. I'm going to just kind of like draw a little kind of a messy box around each of the words just to kind of make them stand out a little bit more. And just kind of talk about what we did that day. It was really bad weather when we first got there, and there was nobody in the park, and we pretty much did everything in the first 2 hours that we were there. It was kind of chilly, but that was okay. And then the sun came out, and it was just a beautiful day, and we ended up spending almost the whole day there. So here I am putting that little frame. I just couldn't figure out how I was going to use that for Project Life, but I had those up and down, those vertical orientation photos, and it happened that the top picture is this little train play area, and my daughter was sticking her head out the window. You can't really see it probably on the video. And then that was also her down there in the water, and it just worked out perfect for that. And it says Hello Love, and I add some enamel dots and a little wood arrow to point to her face there in the little porthole. So anyway, yeah, just the enamel dots are from Freckled Fawn. I got those and they had a bundle sale a few weeks ago. So I love enamel dots. They usually come with most of the Take 10 kits. I think this might have been the first one that didn't have any enamel dots, or if it did, there were just a few. So, but that's what's really nice about the Take 10 kits is they aren't just humongous, and I think you get a lot for just $10. And I usually use up everything that I get in my kit, which is great because I don't want to be a craft hoarder. I want to use the things. So here's a little close-up of the pictures. Or of the cards. I was trying to decide if I wanted to add something else to that card, but I didn't end up adding it. And that little camera button I do end up putting on the outside of the page protector, so I did not stick it down. And that is that page, and I'm going to move on to the next page. So here's my last one that I'm going to do. Now this one, I just had one card from the kit, and then the papers on those 2 4x6 horizontal pictures are from there were some add-ons this month. There was the Pinkfresh Happy Things paper pack and the acetate cards. And so I did get both of those. I really liked that line. And the card on the bottom, I cut the paper so that the love, I think it says love it, is there. It's a picture of my daughters eating lunch, and of course, being a theme park, the food was really expensive, and actually we got a lot of food. We had food left over that we didn't even finish eating, but holy moly was it expensive. So just kind of adding a few things there. I had that journaling tag was from the Elle's Studio Let's Eat. And I think I add a little arrow. Now this is, these little jars are from Crate Paper, and they're part of the Poolside line. They didn't come with my glam bag or my pocket kit, but there were some other Poolside things, and it just kind of goes. And the little things I'm adding on the inside say Summer Memories, and then I just added some sequins and a little glitter heart to go on that. So that was the only thing really from on this page that didn't come from Take 10 Kits. And so I like that everything I get kind of just works with my stash. And I tend to not scrapbook with just one kit or just one thing. I like to use lots of different things as long as they go. I think I do add a couple of flair to the 2 pictures there at the end. And I believe those were from Simple Stories. So yeah, I'd kind of gathered some things ahead of time. So that was it for these pages. I think I do add a couple of little pieces to that. The My Fave, that was from the Elle's Studio Let's Eat too. It wasn't anything about food, but it was my husband and my daughter's tubing down the little river. So I'm just going to add some enamel dots, and I think I add some journaling to that middle card, just telling the story. So that's about it for this page. That Cool Off did come from the Take 10 kit, and it worked perfectly for a trip to a water park because that's what we were doing. It wasn't hot when we got there, but it sure was hot by the time we were getting to the end of the day. I played around with trying to add something to that. I just felt like that little corner was kind of empty, and I've had this sheet of word stickers from a past Studio Calico kit, and I always keep it on my desk, and there always seems to be something. So here's a close-up of the cards, just pretty simple, some enamel dots and some flares. You see that kind of fell off because I do put it on the outside of the page protector, otherwise the page protector kind of bubbles. And they're just pictures of us on water slides and things like that. So there's a little close-up of the jar, so cute and sparkly. And I think that was probably my favorite card. I love that pink fresh paper. It's so cute, and it just went with the Take 10 kits so well. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to go to Take 10, go to the Studio 29